Stack. There's out. On the same side that you stacked.
Oh.
My
There's a
bad.
reason why I used the word stack there.
Oh wait, what? They're so dead. Why did you take like 10 million damage?
What happened? Like all your health.
I don't know about this boss.
That is incredible.
Probably incorrect, but manage me.
That was better than I expected.
I know, right?
Warming up. Getting all the shit pulls out now.
So, audible moving for you all. I realized you weren't going to make it anyway, so I planted. Don't hate me.
You're looking at the floor now, so.
Oh man.
Here's
On a
the
scale
deal.
from 1 to fucked, we are not making it through this.
I might not make it through the first.
Shield.
More like that's the last thing to make it through.
Well, unfortunate. Don't have to make it. Why are we alive? Oh,
Because it was orange.
now it's
I picked the wrong square too. Hold on, let me turn on not ACT, what the fast. This is not very responsive. The Garden of Nowhere.
Sounds like an alt rock song from the 90s.
I'm not quite sure I understand where the garden is here.
In her hair.
Like Eden herself. Checks out.
You already used food, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
So you're good for an hour and 20 minutes, right?
Red. Sides in. Very, very in.
Faint. That's bullshit. I had a potion. That should have saved me. I'm serious though.
I held back for you, Tam. Could have jumped in.
Okay, so it's going to be a cast. And, well, obliterate and then a cast. And to go south. We're all going to get on the same side. So it's diagonals in. Diagonals in. Go.
What do you mean? Ugh. That was the best you could have done it.
See your like 5% exclusion.
No. Nobody looks at that. It's diagonal out. Numbers. Which one? The other two.
Reset.
There. Ah! There was a laser going due south from the north one.
Diagonals out.
Oh, right. There's no time to heal. Because nothing happens until this.
I was just thinking about this. You don't have any AoE heal over times except for your fairy, right?
Sacred soil.
Oh yeah, okay. Like White Mage has a couple, but or has one good one.
We basically have, I mean, I have one more on demand, but Asylum and Sacred Soil basically do the same thing now.
Does Asylum also give the damage protection?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it gives a healing boost.
Oh, well. It's
I mean,
a regen with an additional effect.
Midori?
One sec.
Isn't Asylum more healing though?
It is more healing.
But it's 3x the cooldown.
Yes.
Does not cost a stack.
And it lasts longer.
Oh wow, lasts 24 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Lasts basically forever.
The cure potency is actually the same, I think. But because it lasts forever, it heals like 40% more.
It's for, you know, greedy / lazy white mages so that you don't actually ever have to cast Medica 2. Because why would you do that?
Medica 2 is awesome.
That's one more glare you could have cast. Stacks. Almost in and stack. Same side that you were on.
That didn't work.
I'll take it. Stop that.
Don't question it.
Haven't you ever heard the phrase, don't look a gift clear in the parse? Obliterate, and then a trigger. Cast. Point to the same side. Out diagonal. Just enough time if you're like reposition for that. Out diagonal again. Check your number and what you're tethered to. It's on the 3 side. And I just killed everybody. And myself. Because being number 4 is impossible.
It's kind of hard.
I feel like I have to use anti-knockback, but I need to save it for lions.
It doesn't
You
work.
Okay, I feel like I just need to get rescued or something. I don't know. Sprint.
Yeah, 4 in like the north statue is hard.
Come on, Kanata, get through it.
Take me.
Okay, so here's my thought. If I have got the north statue and I'm 4, normally you're pointing at due north, but I think you can just point it like due whatever
can-
the side is.
You can point it in like a sideways M or W shape.
I
Like
think
we
if
do
you're
on the
pointing
first
it in an M or W shape, considering, unless we can get the statue to stack a little bit further south, like you're likely to not be able to run into the party. But if you run to north of where the party is stacked, then you should have enough time as soon as the beam goes out to take just like the few steps then. But you can clear most of the east-west distance with that 4th tether before running in. . That is my plan to solve that at least.
Like I thought I was like southwest, but you kind of just have to be like west southwest. Just gotta trust the width of the lines not cleaving the party.
Yeah, what's gonna happen is this statue you're fine if you're here, but this statue you're not fine.
You can also be further out.
Well, like if it was where Cam is, I was like here and I died, and I was fucking pissed.
Spread. Fire, so sides out, and then spread.
We should talk about how we want to handle that later tonight.
Why did you do like 1,000?
It's so variable.
I know, right?
And even if I see him drop so low and I, throw Benny on him, it's usually not enough.
I don't want to tank.
Yeah, on the same side. Sides in. Very, very, very in. It's going to be in on north-south. It's on the 2 side. Start making your way there.
Oh,
North,
what?
south, north, south.
I was totally there.
Tank thing coming up.
Ah, of course there is, because I just used Benny.
Out north-south. This is stock, so get ready for that in the lion phase. See if we have tether or not. Get on the safe side. Gonna be healers doing their jazz first.
Oops.
That
Oops.
Wasn't that most? What? Who did? Oh, the big ones, north south, right?
Yeah.
I like the mill tethers did those okay.
I wasn't there in time. I wasn't sure at how quickly I needed to be there, and apparently I need to be there really quickly.
Yeah, so I kind of forgot about that part.
seems like Nebula and Heart of Stone was enough. For once, Heart of Stone being useful.
You want to talk about the ice spread on the sides?
Oh. We're all moving out to the edge for that, right?
We don't have to.
For icicles?
No, not icicle, like in the beginning. The ice
Oh.
spread thing. Is that the thing you want to talk about, Slenta?
Oh yeah, no. I was just saying, like, Tyler, if you just run directly southeast, I will run a little bit northeast, and that should be fine. But I'm just gonna run a little northeast, right?
Stacks. Sides in. Make sure you're on the correct side and very in. And stack.
We saw that.
Yikes.
Ah. I was casting.
I cast sword.
It's a really high damaging.
Oh my god, that's a
cast.
lot of us.
Dead.
Also, it's really distracting that there's so many just like pictures of Ardbert in the background judging us.
If I
Did
wasn't
they change
ca-
the Ardbert during the fight?
Just like hanging out on a monitor down there. Staring
Yep.
at you whenever you fall.
judging you.
Judging you is like, I saw that. I fucking saw that, man.
I mean, aren't you technically judging yourself?
I see that fall of shame.
What does it say?
You have to read it. Good luck.
It's a good excuse though. Now, if you screw anything up. Oh, I was reading the words.
I think they say sloppy.
Yep. Ollie?
I thought I clicked it.
They're ASCII and ASCII art.
She's gonna flip around. Ran in too soon.
No, she's fine.
Not when she moves to the middle.
Looks fine to me. Wow.
That.
1 millimeter.
Dax.
Ley lines is what's throwing me off.
South. Stack. In melee range. It's the world I live in. Technically safe.
How did I live?
Well, I took a step too far.
Obliterate. Cast. Get on the same side. Diagonals out.
So many obliterates.
I know, it's like her favorite move. Fire out is going to be after the thing. So, sides out. Check your tether. Oh, very
B-side.
good. Fire out. Fire out. Sides out. Get rid of the lions. Or the south things in particular. I died.
We diag.
Oh my god, that is... You have to be so far out. Those cones are not fucking around.
Is it healers, tanks, healers, or tanks, healers, tanks?
Healers,
It's-
tanks, healers.
Yeah, range, melee,
Or,
range.
yeah,
Range,
ranged.
melee, range.
Okay. So I was like, oh, I don't see Kunai there. I'm going to run and take it. Ha 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 ha.
Sorry, remind me of the sweet spot again. The sweet spot is the south end of, or the north end of these markers, north-south.
Yeah, you have to be like, okay, so you're doing the retroverse reach, and then, yeah, you have to be kind of like on this second circle, which is just like, you can just barely squeak melee range and still hit her. But it is as far due north or south as you can get. If you have to step out for a GCD, then that's better than dying. Says the roasted potato. Fred. That's diagonals in. Spread. Nope, we're dead.
Sometimes being warned of disaster makes me feel comforted, but not always.
Like Nostradamus.
Bats. Sides and out. Stacks. Stacked.
So Tam, even though I shouldn't be dead for any of those tank busters, if I am, you can use your thing.
Cozy. Comfy. No.
Wasn't even worried. Sweat.
I had a whole side to myself.
Yeah, that sounds about right, given our side.
Good job.
Yeah, because you gotta summon the giant version of yourself. Such an Alex ripoff. Out north-south. Up. That's where we live now.
Were my tippy toes in the explosion?
Presumably, yeah. I don't know what else would have killed.
So out on sides after the knockback. Be a little further south for that statue. Hand is on the 3 side.
Why?
Sides out.
Who had the 4 for the south tower?
That was me.
Predator.
I don't have anything there. Carrot.
I took carrot from the shield.
It looks like I took both of the same type, which means that I don't know why I took both of the same type.
Oh. Cool. Wait, I
Cool.
Like
Oh, I also have a tether.
it locks that in the second hit. It locks it in very early, so like the swap needs to happen before the first hit goes off. In fact, I think you can just swap as soon as the markers show up. Like, as soon as you see the little red tank target markers. Back. Out north-south. Really? Give me a fucking break.
No super box.
did.
This is
I don't even know what you mean by that.
Quarter 80. These auto attacks are fine. Same side. Sides out. Sides out after the knockback. B side. Sides out. Get your north-south splits for the tethers.
Okay, that's 150,000.
158,000. The fact that Tylee doesn't have 2 markers.
I had 2 markers. I
You
had
had
Piercing
2
and Flout. Yeah.
Well, then I
On
don't.
the diamond.
Cross.
Oh.
Oops.
So
Do you
if
have-
I'm at-
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, if I'm taking 158,000 on the second hit, then I don't know what else. I can pop more cooldowns. I can throw another reprisal on there.
What other cooldowns do you have there?
I mean, I could blow literally every single cooldown I have and have nothing for the rest of like another 2 minutes.
What are you using?
Currently, I'm only using Super Bolide at the start. I don't know if there's a need for Tank Buster or whatever things. I don't know where they show up.
No,
Previously,
I mean for the second tank buster, what mitigation are you using?
I was using Heart of Stone and Nebula, which is 30 and 15%.
Could Tylee throw a TBN on you?
I mean, I can also throw Camouflage. I can throw Reprisal.
So when I take it, I throw Rampart, Shadow Wall, Reprisal, and Darkest Night. Or Blackest Night.
Like literally everything.
Everything except my magic stuff.
Does it auto during Lion?
Probably.
I don't know, because I'm like trying to heal you in between the hits, but if you're taking 150k, then
Yeah, if you take 150k twice, that's just kind of not feasible. Stop critting. Yeah, that's 22,000. So
I mean, I'm
That's
trying to
good.
save lilies for lions.
Yeah, okay. I'll just I should know when that's coming up. Like the problem with popping 5 cooldowns is that's 5 OGCD abilities that I have to weave in. So
Well, I mean, if you do Nebula, Heart of Stone, maybe another one of your cooldowns, and could entirely throw a TB in on you.
I assume he's using it himself.
No,
I mean, it's gonna get
looking
popped,
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
so it's gonna get popped regardless of whether it's on him or on Carrot. So might as well put it on Carrot where it's actually going to like mitigate something.
fair enough. But yeah, because Rampart and Camouflage have a long duration, I can pop those in advance.
Well, usually I think of cooldowns. It's kind of like you have Nebula, and then you have Rampart and Camouflage together. Together, they're like a Nebula.
Pretty much. And I put them in a really awkward position. Red. South. Spread.
I thought we were dead up north.
I did
but
too. Then I looked up and I was like, hey, that's not us.
No, it was just me. Because my tippy toes were right on the edge of that stupid fucking
Yeah,
lightning thing.
it's super tight. If I don't get there early so I can micro adjust, I either get hit by it or I miss a GCD. Or it's delayed anyway.
Oh, that's really
Scale from 1 to not good, we are ouchies.
Scale of 1 to not good, this is fine.
to use that for myself.
Well, I mean that this is fine with the fire.
Yep,
And your skin melting off.
this is fine.
We've not consistently gotten there, but this is a reminder to myself because I'm looking at the strategy every time we die to use knockback prevention if you have a tether on the knockback during Alliance.
Which is between the first and second cone.
Yep. I guess in theory it should still be pointed in the right direction. But...
But you are likely to get clipped by a cone. Based on the strategy. Back. North south would stack.
Oh, that was a joke.
I can't help it.
It's in your nature.
Oh.
The worst part is when your brain starts to mentally rationalize. No, it's fine. It's fine this time. You have time. You have time to move out of that.
Definitely running out of that at GCD too early. Alexander. Even makes the same noise. Obliterate. Get ready to stack up. Side's out. B side. Drop the north statue a little into the hitbox if you would, please. It's going to be inside corners. Yikes! That's it, an angle. It's on the 3 side, E side. Inside corners. South splits. Look at us, we are like professionals. North, south, out. Raptures first. Anti-knockback.
Your body was closer than me.
North, south, out. One more coming.
Do we have a video that we can link? Because there's one thing that I don't like about this. So there's a delicate balance, right, as we know, between the people who are standing like here and trying to not get hit by anything, and people who are baiting. And Placeholder dropped the puddle like here-ish, which was probably too far in. But like, it didn't look like there was much room for him to really be baiting it southwest and then
So the
still be closer than me.
first hit is due south. Like you are standing inside the lion's hitbox. Where
Oh,
Ollie's
wait, is
jumping.
it?
Yep.
Then the second puddle is to the southwest and the third puddle is to the southeast.
Or actually...
It's like really
no.
fast though.
Well,
Like the Raptor's reach is going off, and then he does it like right after that. So you have to like run, like sprint into that position.
Well, I mean, for the Rapturous Reach, if you don't have a tether, and you know that you're going to be the first bait, you can dodge the Rapturous Reach like out here.
I know that's probably why he dropped the puddle there, because I'm sure he was dodging it and didn't get here in time. Because I didn't get there in time either. Like not due north. I was like a little off north.
I guess. Right. So that's fair. But, like, if the people who are baiting southwest and southeast, it seems like it's really hard for them to successfully bait it while still being closer than the person who's due north.
Yeah, it's a tight configuration, but that's why this is the melee uptime strat as opposed to the brain dead strat.
I guess this is a pretty wide area to bait it, huh? It's not like there's any like super tight angle constraints or something.
Like worst case scenario is like if the first one gets baited to the southwest or whatever because they're still running in from the Rapturous Reach, like the second one you can definitely bait due south because you're basically inside the lion's hitbox.
Well, the problem was that it was so big. There's no chance I could have baited it due south.
You're thinking
You're
too
the-
much
you should
about
be the
how big
second
it
one.
is. Like it will face you to go out. Like it looks big, but it will face you and angle outward.
Right. But the puddle's big though. That's the one I'm talking about, not the cone. The cone's fine. It's just maybe the problem is just if anything gets off, it becomes awkward. But I guess if we do it right.
Well, we're at least getting there more consistently, so there's that.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about the cone, not the puddle.
Yeah. Well, I was a little bit worried about the cone, but no, it's really about the puddle.
Okay.
Because what it does is it throws the angles for the cone off.
Somehow I lost instance, but we have it.
As for your comment, Carrot, I don't know what to say, man. It's a problem I deal with a lot.
Fred.
I'm gonna counter.
Diagonal
Oh no, there's an edge. I don't have Swift.
There, Maddie, like it. This one's yours.
Fred. Sides and in, very tight, very close. Fred.
I gotta talk about that placeholder too.
Placeholder will always be dead center, as far as I'm aware.
But it's like, it's not a safe spot. He has to move to that position.
Oh man, that's my spot.
Can you be like northeast a little bit?
There might be other people dodging in that direction. But
My point is, middle is not a neutral position. Somebody's having to move extra. We tap that. Oh, I killed everybody. No?
Just yourself. Summon Alexander, then obliterate. Ready to stack up together. Fire in. Fire in. Very tight. Super in. Like, see those damage stacks? Not in enough. It's gonna be fire in again. On the D side, and then fire in. Very close to the middle. Bag comes out after the second line. Ready for Raptors. And get to your safe spot. Woohoo, that's so close. Anti-knockback. Ugh. Oh my god, that puddle tick is 200,000. Might I recommend, do not touch the puddle.
I mean, I wanted to, but I guess if you say so.
It looks like delicious molten candy.
I think
Just
that
need
more like
cover.
that pizza you take out of the oven and eat too quick.
There's a picture for that.
Some gooey bubbly cheese there.
Yes, my Google Foo was correct. Here we go. It's in the random channel. Go to Ray check again because that first one didn't count. Just looking up memes. I'll start calling it Bravo Delta.
It's just things like in the middle of combat, that kind of call out doesn't help me because it takes more mental effort than to do it myself. But like sometimes I'm just seeing it wrong, or I'm looking at something else. I don't really. It's hard for me to process like the marker positions for callouts.
It's really hard for me to call out east-west, or even worse, left-right, because everything's backwards from my perspective. Right.
All you gotta do is preface it with the word stage.
Iron. Out. Red. Yikes! I got Aurora. That's.
Hey, Aurora saved your life.
Sleeping Beauty?
My toe!
Oh, you're the only dead one, so yeah, this must be because you're dumb.
Bye! Exit. Stage left.
Normally I swift cast a heal there, so we were pretty much doomed from the start.
Rather than a res.
Yeah, I was like, I should probably swift cast raise, but that means the heal's gonna be behind. And then I didn't have a lily until the last second, so
Should we take 5?
Yeah, need to re-up food anyway, so it's a good chance.
It takes a long time to really see it, I think. But it is weird to sort of realize that some people think about things in such a fundamentally different way that, like, it just literally doesn't process for some people. You know, some people are like, you know, BD makes perfect sense to them, but like I literally can't do it. Like I have to just, I like the timing of the callouts that people do because it helps like cue things in my brain, but like I have to just like look at things myself.
It could just be do the thing.
You know, like, is it left or right hand sword? Like, that's useful to me. But yeah, I can't like listen to and nothing that anybody says is going to help me.
Stay there and get rescued. Herb.
I will say, starboard and larboard was especially amusing.
There we go. That's what I did tonight in random. More what? More random lighting?
More pictures.
There was a birthday party for a couple that's connected with the Ritz. I work at, well, the wife specifically. And they're like, we want it to be a nice romantic, well, the husband, he's like, I want it to be a nice romantic color, but I don't want it to be overpowering. I'm sitting there thinking, I don't know if I have LEDs that'll fit the bill for that, or at least not enough of the kind that would. So I was just like, fuck it. and I used 18 of those, which are Mega Q70 baby lights.
I mean, it looks great.
Oh yeah, they loved it. They're commenting it walking all the way out, like, "Wow, this is so awesome! It lights up everything." And I'm like, "That seems vaguely different from what you originally asked for, but I'm not gonna complain."
People have they don't know how to talk about what they want.
Oh yeah, but that cabana down there in the third photo, that entire area is normally dark as hell at night, and it's just pink. Like, part of it is that my phone was light correcting, but you can get an idea of the difference in darkness on the left side of it, because that's down on the pool deck, whereas the right side is up on a slightly raised terrace.
Yeah,
Uh, so you
I'm
can
not
get
gonna
the
lie.
idea. Yeah, you can get the idea of it.
Phones are not good at capturing things. There was no better example that I've ever seen than when the sky here was red, and I was like taking pictures, and it just looked like an overcast day. And I'm like, the sky is red.
Well, I mean, it's kind of funny because those first two photos are actually captured accurately. Like, that's what it actually looked like.
Mm.
But it's this other one, and I think it's because it's trying to balance for the dark pool deck. Because I actually had to crop this photo because it's too big for Discord normally. Like, there's more palm on the bottom portion in mine, so it's probably just light correcting for that. But yeah, I lit it up.
They try to make things visible, and they try to bring things to a normal color palette. And it's just like, yeah, but literally the reason I'm taking the photo is because this is fucked up. Like, this is not a normal color palette. And the phone's like, let me do my job.
Yes.
So I just generally don't trust photos from phones. But you can get the feel.
Oh yeah. Yes, this was their son used to be the head doorman at the hotel, at the Ritz, which, as much as like most hotels, that's kind of like a crap job, that's considered pretty prestigious at a Ritz-Carlton.
Yeah, I imagine it scales with the class of the hotel, right?
Yeah. So, but he passed away late summer, and they actually had his funeral at the hotel.
Sometimes you go to these fancy restaurants sometimes, and it's just like, yeah, like the head server there is like one of the highest paid people. Like, this is you go to like El Gaucho or something, and it's like, oh, this guy makes $350,000 a year.
He didn't quite make that much, but he made
Right.
a good amount.
I just meant as a comparison to, like, normal a person who's working a normal server wage. It's like, it scales a lot. So to be on the upper end usually indicates that they've worked for a long time doing it.
If I had the DMX cable for this length of run, I totally could have just hooked this up to a light console and gone nuts with it. But they never would have given me the DMX cable for this right now, because that would have been like an extra freebie. And most of the company's still furloughed.
What percentage of your team is furloughed still?
So technically we're all partial furlough. It's just that, being that I was the most reliable person on the team before the furlough, and I'm the only person who actually kept in contact with my workplace, I am the first one who will be brought back full time, and it also means that I get all the hours unless there's a multi-man show. So some weeks I'm full time, and like next week there's nothing, so I get unemployment that week. But so our team used to be 3 directors in the area, 4 technicians at my hotel, and 3 full-time and 1 part-time at my hotel, and 2 full-time and 1 part-time at the other hotel. And then the Westin has only its 1 director, and if they need more than the director doing stuff there, one of us would go over and help. Usually from my hotel, because it's literally across the driveway. But just before the furlough, we also got a bunch of new contracts. So there are 9 properties we service, and before the furlough, I serviced 3 specifically, which is the Ritz-Carlton proper, and then that's combined with its 3 residence towers. Like, this is also the largest residential Ritz-Carlton in the world now? But so there's that one. Then there's the beach club, which also has a residence tower, and then there is the golf course. And those were the 3 I used to be responsible for, and now I'm partially responsible for those 3, plus the Westin, plus the Hyatt Regency, plus a Embassy Suites, a hotel called the Art Ovation, hotel called the Modern, and then a hotel called the Indigo.
So they're like, it's not even just your regular sort of hunt. It's like also all the neighboring properties because there's so little going on.
Well, it's basically everything except in a loft that's downtown and like 1 block over from the Modern. But so the Modern has very little meeting space, and so they were combined with the Hyatt because the Hyatt has the biggest ballroom, but it's actually the least profitable property per square foot of the 3 main ones. And then the Indigo has 1 meeting room. The Art Ovation, has like nothing. Okay, no wait, the Art Ovation has a ballroom. It's really tiny though. Like, it's smaller than the Westin's, and the Westin has a tiny ballroom, but it's the only other ballroom aside from the Hyatt that has actual mounting points for rigging in the ceiling. And the golf course is usually like movie nights and, oh, we're having a golf tournament, so we need crap. And then the beach club is usually a whole lot of outside lighting, sometimes sound, occasionally video.
I mean, within your department, what do you not do? Like, you seem like you're just the senior guy for your department generally.
So the guy who moved back to Pennsylvania and took a position at his old hotel used to be more senior than me, and one of the guys is senior to me in time with the company many times over, but he doesn't know shit. So my specialty is specifically networking, because we actually do a fair bit of network stuff, like when you have a group come in and they want to use conferencing equipment, like conference calling, or just have their own segregated network for stuff. I set that stuff up. And then I also do video and projection mapping. And then that's largely my specialties. But I'm also the only person who actually knows how to work our light console properly. Even though I can't do super advanced stuff, but that's mainly because I've never had time to really get into it. And then,
I mean, that's a whole career if you really want to get
oh
into
yeah,
it.
and I am also the only Power 2 in the region, which means that I'm the only person who's, aside from my director, who's allowed to solo hook up 3-phase power.
Really?
Yeah.
That seems somewhat surprising.
Well, the guy who moved back to Pennsylvania had power training, and the guy who used to be the director at the Westin had the power training that was between a Power 2 and a Power 1. So it goes like 3, 2, 1 in tiers. But power training is generally not a specialty. It's either usually video, audio, or lighting. And then they're finding that they need to have networking. So like I'm also the only person who understands streaming in this region. My region basically being my county. If you go for my overall region, there's like 1 or 2 other people who kind of know a little bit, but they really don't. But I'm also the only person who would qualify as a network specialist. Like, I bypass our hotel network restrictions all the time. Just because I can. And it's easier than dealing with the management company.
Let's get to Enrage. I think we could clear this tonight if we can get through Lions.
Is that in
Yeah,
range?
like there's a lot more left.
No, that's pretty much it.
We've seen everything else. It's just a repeat at that point.
As complicated then as a Shiva was.
I mean, this is the opening act, so let's start as something new. Or at the very least, make me use a potion.
Sides out and then spread.
damage?
Sides out.
That's a useful call I can understand.
Useful sometimes.
It's always useful, just not always what you say.
And sides in. I got the worst one. Oh no. It's on the B side. We dead.
I was thinking about it. I think one of the things that distracts me from a lot of the calls is my personal understanding compared to the rest of the parties or the absolute positioning, right? Because I'm worried about positionals.
Zax. Stay stacked. Sides out. I'm sorry, sides in. Get very close. Back. I'm proud of you all.
Oh.
Well, dead people. Next is Obliterate. Diagonal out by 2. Diagonal out again. Side. Then diagonal out. Just stay here. And get to your north-south splits. That's diagonal in. Just reach first, and then get to your safe spots. To knock back.
I put my toe in the puddle.
Told you it's delicious candy, but you must not eat it. It's cursed.
Yeah.
Forbidden candy.
Forbidden pizza rolls.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't buy a lot of junk food, but man, that sounds amazing.
What, pizza rolls?
Yeah.
I have. How about this? I have 5 different kinds of cheese to make grilled cheese right now, and I'm going to put them all in the same sandwich.
It's different. It's artisanal junk food.
I got Swiss, Havarti, mild cheddar, Colby Jack, and Gruyere.
I mean, as long as none of them come shredded, then it still counts.
The Gruyere is a block, and so I shred it to put in the middle between the other slices. But it's not the pre-shred kind that's coated with the stuff that makes it melt weird.
I totally buy cheese and crackers, and it should count as junk food, but it doesn't feel like junk food, and that's what's important.
That's awkward.
Now it is. Fire out.
You guys don't have enough HP to fight. And I'm too far away to heal you guys.
What happened to Northeast?
Nothing happened.
No, I mean Salenta.
Oh.
Raisins. Can't trust them.
Red. Tackles out and red. Well, at least I have some free space here.
I actually meant that black is
That is a
placeholder, but
shield.
whatever.
It's a ginormous shield.
So I still had invul.
I hit one up. Yeah, but I didn't expect you to stop doing anything to keep your invul.
It's fair. Usually I'm casting spells.
Could be worse. Like, it is literally impossible as summoner not to immediately resummon your pet.
Yeah, it's hard not to put up a Nokia.
That's difficult, but imagine putting up a Nokian and then just dying.
Feels bad. I think he resonance on cooldown.
Yeah,
Diagonal's in. Diagonal's in. I wish you would go just a little further south, but I can't make it. It's going to be the sides in. It's going to be a tough one after the knockback. Sides in. You're very, very in. Yeah. North south parties. Tank stop first.
I went to go press benediction and it was on cooldown, so it went somewhere.
It's gonna be north-south. Just need to.
It's up now though.
Alright, tanks get in place. He's anti-knockback.
That does so much.
Alright, north-south out.
Oh, take that!
Then the last hit. Whee!
Guess you stepped in a puddle. That middle puddle, I don't know. It's pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, it basically goes to the middle of the markers, right? Like, you'd probably be fine here, but I was not fine here.
No, the south one? Was it south?
Oh, I don't give a fuck about your shit.
Oh, okay. Well, you do it half the time. I placed it right here. And I was like, oh, I'm just gonna stand over here. And
You should be able to place it like way south, shouldn't you? Like all the way on the edge.
Yeah, but you still want to be kind of in the hitbox so that the person
Well,
at C doesn't take it.
Wouldn't you still be in the sit box? I guess here on the intersection, this grid line and the ring here.
You're probably fine there. That's probably correct.
Probably.
It's very close though. Like this person is very close to the hitbox.
So are you saying we should try the brain dead strat?
I mean, it might fit our group better, but
I
South?
don't even know what the brain dead strat is.
South looked fine.
Well, if I'm here, I'm farther away than the person at C. So I was like scooching in, and then I stepped in the puddle for some reason, because that was smart.
I mean, if I'm honest, I think the puddle is actually like HP removal.
Yep.
okay.
Like you touch it and you're dead, just like the wall. Well, there is no wall, but yeah.
I don't know. If you can jump out far enough, you might be able to reach a wall.
This is the wrong game to test that.
Oh, come on. Don't you have like double and triple jumps?
Like
Maybe if this were PSO and I can literally fly above the boundaries of some zones.
I mean, it's more like, what's the difference between a wall and a cliff in this game? They're the
One
same
of them
thing.
you can fall off of. Well, it depends, actually. If it's one of those cliffs that you can't walk off of, then it's merely visual. Like in game, the clipping plane is just such that. Well, I guess if you're mounted, you can usually fly over cliffs. You can't land on them. Like you can't land in a void, but. So what are you wanting to? So I can save Heart of Light for things like my Heart of Light is super up, and I've been using it on kind of like not big hits. It's really hard for me to hit everybody before Lions because we are spread so far apart. But I can try to.
Lions should be okay. We should be near the middle.
Well, we had this conversation during Icicles too, where if I pop it and run to the opposite side of the arena, there's an effect that stays on people for a couple of ticks.
It's 1 tick, it's just that it's a million gnomes. So if you're at north, you'll hit all the way till here.
I just don't know. People are taking a lot of damage there, and
That is true.
That knockback is just as bad as Shiva's knockback.
Although on this
Yeah.
side, Sucker and Indom is enough to survive till the second hit. But yeah, everyone takes, I think, maybe 80-ish? Let me check.
if anything, Temperance might be useful for the healing boost.
Fair enough, because you can also step in.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to step in to heal up.
Lion Blaze. Actually, Lion Blaze only hits for 50k.
So I guess my big thing that happened there, because I did my things correctly, other than step 7, where everything fell apart. Right? This is the release. There was the AoE in the circle because it was Ramino, and it is really big. So that's the only thing I learned.
What's the knockback called there?
Something
Laser Eye. So, is it 3 hits of fire?
Mm-hmm.
So everyone takes 220,000. So that's actually not that much. I don't think you need temperance there.
Mostly I'm concerned about healing up in between the knockback and the next lion hit.
So for the knockback, because the healers are going to be on the inside, you can also use your anti-knockback and heal as the knockback is going off. And
Yeah,
just run
yeah.
a little bit. I need to, if I'm going to pop anything, I need to pop it before Lion starts because regardless of whether I get the tether or not, I'm not getting knocked to the lion and getting in position. I'm getting in position by the lion and using my anti-knockback there to make sure that it's not going to be misaligned.
Yeah,
or
I guess
that I don't touch the delicious pizza roll.
Yeah, if you have Heart of Light there, then I'd say just toss it out when things start.
When the tethers go out.
Yeah. Then we'll just... I don't know, it's just like Icicles, like trying to figure out what works, and you always take more damage when you're learning the mechanic, so...
Yep. I think if I stand in there and cast a Sucker, if I have Indom, and I guess if I have Seraph, that should be enough.
I'm saving lilies for this, so...
Even just 1 cast plus 1 Rapture is probably enough. you actually do not take that much. You take far less during this than icicles.
I feel like I'm overhealing on icicles now.
Well,
It just means that we have gotten it down to the point that it's predictable.
It's true.
All right, Ray checks out. We've got maybe another few good pulls, and then it's probably time to do something else. Right. Sides in and then spread. Double tether on someone.
Res immunity didn't last that long.
Back south. South. That's at a little bit of an angle. East side. North south. Out. Good job. Turns out if I use literally every cooldown, it doesn't hurt at all. North-south split. Might be a little early. Do knockback. Toes! But pizza roll is out on the edge. Guessing someone died.
So, where's the safe spot when you're... I was standing here and I died to a cone from a small lion. Like,
No,
is this...
no, you were correct.
I died.
Oh, okay. I'm freaking out. Like, how the hell is this not safe?
That's
Yeah.
let's be
The
clear. That's barely safe.
The absolute safe spot you want to aim for is like this ring right here. That is the second ring out on the middle line.
On the edge of this.
Like this is absolutely safe, and should not be closer to the lion than. But if this is barely safe right here and still in melee range, it's about as much leeway as you get. We like it tight.
I was in the middle of the one at north, and I was fine. Although it looked like I was in the animations, though.
If you're in the middle of the markers is like the theoretical edge of the save spot. That's kind of what we're getting at, right? That being in the middle is like technically supposed to be safe, but like literally only by inches.
Schrodinger's safe spot.
The safe spot is really like the back edge of the marker.
It's a good a visual indicator. Red. Sides out.
What?
Diagonal out.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Diagonal out. Please, it's on the B side. How am I getting shot by... Yeah, Polly first. But I need to be up for this tank mechanic. Nope. Someone's
Okay, I got it. I got it.
He was like, you don't need to be up for this.
Next.
Alright, might as well walk off the platform.
And lines probably happen.
You're right. It'll probably pop in the middle of lines once everyone dies because there's not enough people for lines.
Oh, there it is. That would have been an interesting humor if you think. I don't think it would have like went off.
I think you would have survived to finish the cat.
Alright, I think this is the last pull for me.
So I think I'm going to decide that our homework is that somebody needs to think about icicles, and we need to figure out a strategy about this because this is not working.
What specifically is not working?
People die every single time, and it's sometimes random because there's like either people. I can't tell exactly what's going wrong every time, but I think maybe we just need to. Like, I think we can eliminate the problem where people are dying because too many people are going to the side. Is that what is killing people?
I usually
don't-
die to me doing stupid decisions.
Yeah, that was like Tam taking a stack, like taking a circle.
I didn't take a puddle. I just didn't get knocked back to the position that I needed to be, so I got hit by 3 different icicles.
You're not the only one who died, though.
You died from damage to the knockback because you got hit by a mechanic before.
Mechanic hits before.
Not sure.
So
You gotta
there's the
damage down
stack
stack.
marker and the.
There's a stack marker and there's also a puddle.
Yeah.
So, like,
I don't know how. I'm doing so much healing there, and I have temperance up, that I don't know that any deaths would be due to just damage.
I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, there was a stack there. I saw it. It's like, huh? If I let you, you might have enough. I don't have a stack. Well, I guess you're just dead.
Where are you?
I just got killed by getting hit by too many icicles. That's it. I did not take any stacks or anything. I did not get a damage down debuff.
To clarify, when you say icicles, you're talking about when it explodes or when they charge?
Yes.
Okay, because the second one is the strategic thing. The first one is reaction thing.
So somebody might have gotten targeted by mine because I might have been hit by the explosions first.
That's a separate issue. That's what I'm getting at. Like, if our problem is strategy, that's one thing. If our problem is execution, that's another thing. If we're pretending that our strategy problem is an execution problem, that's a third thing. I don't want that third thing to be the problem. That is the worst type of problem. If we can solve our execution with a strategy, let's do that. But I want to make sure that it's not just, if it's stupid things like people getting hit by AoEs they shouldn't be hit by, then strategy's not going to solve that, right?
Well, the reason was because I wasn't looking at where my tether was, so I needed to run across the whole arena to try to get away from my tether, and I died in the process of doing that.
Alright. Got it for that pull. Stack. Out and north south and stack.
See, like, Like I shouldn't have died there. That's embarrassing.
What's the barrel doing? Oh, totally apart.
Stack up if you want to live.
Come with me.
Look, Garrett. Yes, you're likely to survive in the meantime.
Sides out. East side. I knew it was gonna happen. One of these days, I'm like, pull her south, and then the camera's gonna fuck me over. Inside, it's in corners. Side. In corners. Tank Jimmy Jams. Oh, that Raptor's reach got all messed up because I tried to run in for Heart of Light. In corners. Right. Oh, that was actual tangible progress. Got more practice on those.
So where do you think our weakness was tonight? Because I feel like we could have made more progress. So where do we feel like our weakness is, other than the lions? Like I fucked up a couple times on the fucking out mechanics and just being like 6 inches too close.
Do you think that contributed to wipes?
I mean, yes. Like when somebody starts dying, like it throws everything off, puts everybody behind. But I don't know if it was directly a single wipe by itself, but right, like you having to res me, for example, might have 2 minutes later caused us a wipe. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah, also, if you res a healer, the other healer's not going to be able to, like, do anything for it.
Well, resing a healer is
Yeah.
that's like a 2 deaths.
It's pretty awful. And, like, I'm just standing here, well, I don't have stacks, I don't have mana, I don't have lucid.
I don't have lilies. I don't have mana. Like,
we're just standing here going, I literally don't know what to do. Broil, I guess. Wait, no, I shouldn't do that to save mana. I'm just literally just standing here.
Yeah.
I don't know, for me at least, I have like planned out like pretty much up until Lions what each lily goes to. And if I have to like change that to try to single target to save somebody, it snowballs. Which like it's not a huge deal because usually I can adjust, but
Yeah, it just starts piling up, and you're like, well, I have 0 stacks, and I'll have 0 stacks for the next 45 seconds. So I'm just gonna have to deal with it.
That's human life. That's what healers are, right?
Yep, pretty much.
yeah, there's a huge difference between a free lily and a 1300 MP Medica too.
So like that's what I'm getting at is that is a symptom, not the cause. So the question is, what is the causes? Like I fucked up a bunch of times with the spacing, but like that probably didn't cause more than 1 or 2 wipes. But like we only made it to Lions a couple times, and in my mind, a couple times making it to Lions, it's kind of not great. So what else are we fucking up on is what I'm trying to get at. If it's totally random things, then I mean, we can't do anything about it, but we need to determine that it really is random things.
So most of the times, like when people died on Shiva, we were able to recover enough to get through Titan. So we might not have hit the DPS check, but we were at least getting.
I guess that's true.
I think that the classical sculpture we could still use a little bit of polish on. There's some tricky spots to that.
Oh, that one time that you died, placeholder? Both healers were on the same side, and I think you went to your position like pretty much immediately. If you can hang out in the middle for about 2 GCDs, that'd be really helpful.
Makes sense.
Everyone else was in the middle, and I think you went to your spot. Yeah. Here's the clip. Here's the timestamp.
I trust you. I know you've been known to be shady, but I'll trust you on this one.
I don't know. It kind of just seems to be random stuff for stuff that snowballs.
Oh, I see what happened. You were in the perfect spot. You were right at the edge, and you were just in the you were completely 100% 180 to the thing you were tethered to, in a safe spot. So you just didn't move.
Which is probably what I would do in that situation. Well,
Uh,
I don't have to move, so why would I move?
please take a step at least to see.
Fine.
Like us dying to random things, that's kind of the best scenario, but I'm really reluctant to sort of accept it at face value, right? So
The guides.
it's like that's just like okay, well, like the next time when we're more practiced, we'll be fine. But that's just like betting on luck. So as long as several people agree with that, then maybe that's okay.
It's really rare that it looks so smooth and everyone's all perfectly split, and then we would do it and it's chaotic as all hell.
Yeah, icicles is so buck wild.
Okay,
Does it
so
have to be? Is there a way
here's
it can
one thing that
It should be. That's the thing that gets me.
So here's the thing that I think is tripping people up is, if the correct safe spot for them to get knocked is into the last lingering danger puddle, they will correct to go to the side, the danger puddle, and then they'll run away from the danger puddle to dodge the icicles.
Right.
So you need to, if your safe spot is in the danger puddle, after that danger puddle goes away, run into where the danger puddle used to be, and it's almost always empty. Just get comfortable. Don't think of the danger puddle as that's a spot you can't be. That's just don't get knocked back into there because it goes away almost immediately.
You get knocked back directly away from your thing, which knocks you under where an icicle is, and that's okay.
Remember that you can also knock back immune there.
Wow, that's galaxy brain strats.
That's what I do. I mean, it lets me get off a heal, and then I can, meander to my safe spot and not worry.
Yeah, healers are forced to, otherwise we can't get off a heal. I tried. There was one time I did it early and I was like, let me just throw this heal. No, let me just fall off the platform because I'm done.
Yeah. I think cleaning up, getting hit by casts, because I got hit by a couple too. So I think just in general.
Not just the casts, but the spread or the stack markers. Yeah, there've been a couple times when one person sneaks out of the stack for whatever DPS related reason. But in general, as long we should have 0 deaths to stack malfunctions or spread malfunctions.